Thus saith the Lord, the heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Now let's stop right there. I told you he's got power. He sits in his throne on heaven, but his feet rest on the earth. Typically, I mean, it's typology speaking of there, but it's talking about the power of God. Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool. He says, where is the house that you build unto me? Where is the place of my rest? For all these things my hand made. And these things have been, saith the Lord. To this man will I look. Uh-oh, God, who will you look at? I want to know. Now, understand what's happening here. God said, listen, you got to understand something about me. I own everything. Heaven's my throne. I put my feet on the earth. I own it. It's like a footstool to me. Nothing. So you can't really build a place for my rest because I own it all. You can't really build something that is so magnanimous, I'll come and dwell in it because I am everything. I own it all. But if you want to know what I'm checking out, if you want to know what I'm looking for, if you want to know what moves me, if you want to know what touches me, if you want to know what I'll dwell near, to this man will I look. Oh God, who is that man? I want to know. To this person will I look. What does it say? Even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit and that trembles at my word. Go to Isaiah 57, Isaiah 57:15. Isaiah 57:15. Let me know when you get there. I love this description of God. Is it okay if we just walk through the scriptures a little bit this morning? Isaiah 57:15. Do you have it? For thus saith the high and what? Loft. I love these adjectives that describe him. The high and lofty one. Look at the next verse. That inhabiteth what? Now, what is eternity? Eternity is what? Come on with me now. What is eternity? Eternity is forever. Now, forever is not necessarily an accurate description because forever is still future. Forever is from now until then, but God is bigger than from now until then. He always has been. So eternity is actually a timeless dimension that has no beginning and no end. So eternity is infinity. Say infinity. Eternity is infinity, but here's what the Bible says about God. God is so big, infinity lives inside of him. He inhabits forever. He inhabits eternity. That's who we worship. That's who you prayed to this morning, hopefully. That's who you're hearing from right now. He's so big, he inhabits eternity. We have to understand we're not serving to God in the manger anymore. We're not just praying to a little baby in the manger. Neither are we praying to the one up on the cross. He inhabits eternity. It lives inside of him. He works all things after the counsel of his own will. The Bible says beside him there is no other. The second in power sits beside the one in power on the throne. He's so big, beside him there is no other. He inhabits eternity, and his name is holy. That word holy doesn't mean he just doesn't sin. It means other than. A better word for that is transcendent. He transcends everything he made. He's in a category all by himself. You guys are looking at me like you don't know what I'm saying. I'm just bragging on my daddy right now. I just get amazed that somebody like this whispers in my ear things I need to know. Somebody like this helps me pick out the right tie in the morning. If you don't like this one, it's your problem. He helped me pick it out. See, that's what blows my mind. That God is so huge, yet he's so personal and personable. He inhabits eternity. His name is other than, transcendent, nothing like him, category all by himself. Let me break that down to you just a little bit. Everything God made, there's an order that can be measured as to what's better than that. You can measure how a human being is better than an ant. You can measure how a dolphin may be better than brim or something. You can measure various things, but God is so in a category by himself, he cannot even be measured with his creation. He is transcendent. He transcends every single thing he ever made. Are you with me? So here's what he says here. I'm high and lofty. I inhabit eternity. My name is transcendent other than, but I dwell in a high and holy place. But I don't live there alone. I live there with him. Who, God? Who? That is of a contrite, humble spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the contrite ones. I'm talking for just a few moments about something that you probably won't hear many people preach about. It's called the power of weakness. The power of weakness. There is a value before God of contrition, of being poor in spirit. That's not talking about not having money, of being in a place of humility and meekness, of being in a place of weakness that just grabs God's attention and touches his heart unlike anything you could ever imagine. And I understand that a little bit. I was sitting behind my desk and it just hit me just like a ton of bricks. The only way you can really relate with somebody who is everything is to be nothing. You see, you're not quite getting me. You ever seen a picture or a painting? It's like something's missing from this painting. Something's missing from this picture. So if you want to complete the picture of God, God is self-sufficient. He's complete all by himself. He doesn't need your pride. He doesn't need he doesn't need us to try to be something. He needs us to be a reflection of who he is. He already is everything. So he's looking for people who are nothing so he can be who he is through them. So if you want to hang with him, he's not looking for you to bring your resume of accomplishments, sweetheart. He's not looking for you to bring your prowess of all the things that you had and give to God. He's not looking for you to bring your pride and your pomp and your circumstance and your degrees and your intellect. God is looking for you to be yielded, to be willing to bow your back and bend your knee and say, I'm willing to be a mirror and a diamond that reflects your crystalline glory to the nations of the earth. That's all you can ever do and be to please our head. The one who he dwells with is the one who's humble, of a contrite spirit, and trembles at his word because he is almighty.